Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with two 650 cost rated matches here in the Geara Zulu Angelo. For this first match here, we're going to be on Mining City, and for the match following this, it is going to be on Resort Development District. And the Geara Zulu is a support that was buffed during the April 2025 unit adjustments. And the reason I'm only using the level 2 for both of these matches here is because the level 2 version did get a lot of buffs in terms of the mobile suit specs, but when we get to the weapon buffs, they will also apply to the level 1, so I thought I'd give some clarification into my decision there. And also using it at 650 also gave me a few opportunities to get some matches with the new prototype Psycho Gundam, so that was pretty cool as well. But yeah, as I mentioned, the Geara Zulu Angelo is a support. It starts at 600 at level 1 and goes up to 650 at level 2. And one more thing I should mention is for both of these matches, I will also be using the shot rifle because that weapon was buffed as part of the adjustments. And yeah, speaking of the adjustments, I'll start getting into what we have here. I have no idea what this Gelgook, or if Gelgook was trying to aim at. I don't know if they thought I was an enemy or something, or I don't know what the case was there, but yeah, moving on to the unit adjustments here for the Geara Zulu Angelo. And starting off with the mobile suit specs, as I mentioned, these all apply to the level 2 version. And for the level 2 version, speed is enhanced from 120 to 125. Close range part slots were increased from 10 to 11. Mid-range part slots were increased from 18 to 19, and long-range part slots were increased from 20 to 21. The unit skill, thruster output increase level 1 has been given. Reaction booster program level 1 has been given, and force injector level 1 has been adjusted to level 2. And that's everything for the level 2's mobile suit specs here. Some really neat looking stuff here that we have for it, and I will be moving on to the weapons next. And the Angelo's beam shot rifle is first on the list, and that is one of your primaries. You can also switch it out for the Bruno Gun Kai, but I didn't do anything with that weapon, which is pretty understandable. The Bruno Gun Kai is pretty good, so I can understand the decision there, but yep, Angelo's beam shot rifle, for its normal firing, its power was increased from 320 to 400. Upper levels are also enhanced. Heat rate was reduced from 70% to 65%. Overheat time was shortened from 16 seconds to 13 seconds, and focusing time was shortened from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and stagger accumulation value has been enhanced. And when you are focus firing, your power is increased, you have a reduced heat rate when charging, and stagger accumulation value has been enhanced. And that's going to take us to our final buffed weapon here, being the Angelo's beam machine gun. That is your sub-weapon. And for this, for normal firing, power was increased from 400 to 450. Upper levels have also been enhanced. The cooldown time was shortened from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. Reload time was shortened from 13 seconds to 10 seconds. And for the focus firing, power is increased. Reduced ammo consumption and stagger accumulation value has been enhanced. And that is everything for the adjustment list here. I kind of want to start off with the Angelo's beam machine gun here, kind of go into the reduces ammo consumption for the focusing fire. So with the Geara Zulu Angelo, when you focus fire its beam machine gun, it does take a couple rounds from the magazine, and it used to be 5 rounds, but now it is 4 rounds for a charge, so that does mean you can get an extra charge if you only use charge shots, and I think that's pretty good for the machine gun here. Even the regular fire on the Angelo's beam machine gun is pretty good, so the only kind of flaw, and it's not really a flaw really, but the only kind of thing I see with this is that having the 4 rounds when you use a charge, it does mean when you're on your last bit of ammo, it can take, some of the ammo that you could use to get an accumulation stagger, but really I don't think it's too much of an issue, because, again, it does leave you an extra charge like I'm doing right now with one shot, getting a charge ready and going after that Gelgook Vertekianos there, so I still think it's pretty manageable. I think you can still do quite a lot. I think you actually do more with it now than you could in the past thanks to having that extra charge, so pretty good start there. Moving to the beam shot rifle. Really like the changes they made to this weapon in particular. Ever since I've had the Bruno Gun Kai, that has been my go-to for the Angelo Geara Zulu, and honestly, playing with the beam shot rifle here, again, like the changes they made are actually really good for a weapon that on its own was already pretty decent. I think I just tend to see more players use the Bruno Gun Kai, which I think a good, chunk of that is for the charge fire that it gets. But, with what they did here, especially when it comes to the reduced heat rates, allowing you to fire more, increased power for normal fire, which I think is really good. I really like the normal fire on this gun, since I think it's one of the more consistent beam shotgun style weapons in the game when it comes to getting stuns, and I think in the second match there's a couple times where I'm able to get really up close to somebody who's downed and just get the full burst with the beam shot on them, so that's pretty good. And then just looking at the specs here for the level 2 version, again, it looks like they added a few skills with burst output increase and reaction booster programs, so I'm digging a few additions. You also have more part slots, which is always nice to have, and also just having that enhanced speed, so I guess the level 2 must have really been suffering in some places, so pretty cool to see what they adjusted here. Kind of looking at the specs here too, it does look like the level 2, again, that one was more lagging behind. While the 650 rival win rate was 49.9% on average, this suit had a 37.1, so not really good. And even for its win rate was also pretty low, average being 51.1 at 650, and this suit having a 44.2. So I can definitely see, why this one was a big focus for the adjustments, but again, also cool that the level 1 got a lot of all of the weapon buffs as well. And, that's all I'm going to say for really the adjustment list there. Overall, I do think the buffs for the level 2 have been really nice, and, this is a suit that I've always really liked, especially at its native cost. Occasionally I would get it out 650, but it was never really a main 650 choice of mine, and hey, pretty good damage with the uncharged shot rifle there. That's what I kind of mean, you can get some really good damage with this weapon, and both with the charged beam machine gun as well, but I really do like this suit, and I'm glad to see it get some type of attention. Playing it at 650 too, I'm actually really impressed with what I was able to do with this suit, especially with the new suit, the prototype Psycho Gundam. This match especially, I think there's a few times where I got some really good damage numbers against that suit, especially when it's Frenzy activated, because when the prototype Psycho Gundam goes 50% health, it goes into, I think it's called Saikumu Frenzy or something. And before I finish up with that, let's take a look at this first match here, see how we did. And did get top in individual, and third place with 8 kills and 1 loss, not too bad there. And back to what I was saying with the prototype Psycho Gundam. I almost called it a Saikumo Gundam, but prototype Psycho Gundam, when it goes to 50%, it goes into a sort of frenzy mode, and when it's in that mode, it gets increased damage and mobility, but decreased defense. So when there was one in that form, it was in its frenzy mode, and I hit him with either a full charge from the beam shot rifle or the beam machine gun, I definitely noticed that it was really packing a punch. So I think overall the unit adjustments for the suit have been really nice, really working in its favor. And again, really just cool to see the beam shot rifle get some stuff in particular, since it really just made me get this weapon out again, a weapon that I have not used in really quite a while, so that was really cool. I guess the big question would be, how do I feel it compares to the other 650 supports? Because I know it's 600 at its native cost, I still play this suit, and it tends to go pretty well at that cost, but at 650, we have suits like the Cannon Gan, and we also have the RF Gelgook as well, that's also been really prominent at 650, so I guess that would be the big question. How do I think this suit compares to what's currently meta? I don't I don't necessarily think that this suit would, you know, like, replace those suits in terms of being, like, widely used. I still think when it comes to, at least what I can say for the, Cannon Gan, the Cannon Gan is still a really good suit at the cost, so I don't think anything is going to be replacing that suit anytime soon. And I think that's the same case for the RF Goku as well. I think that suit's going to be meta for quite a while, quite a long time for now, so... so while I don't think the suit is really on par with what I've seen with what those two suits can do, I still think at 650 it is a viable option if it is something that you have. And it's in general, it's just a pretty fun suit overall. I've already mentioned that I really like Geara Zulu Angelo. I just really like this suit. It's a pretty fun support to play, no matter which of the primaries you use. So, I definitely think it can hold its own with the adjustment that they gave it. And I think that's what's really important here. The suit was already pretty good at holding its own to begin with, especially if you use the shot rifle, since you can get the stun with the uncharged mode. But I think now, like, it's a lot easier for me to just really stay maybe a bit more mid-range on maps like Resort Development District here. I feel like I'm able to more easily just, you know, move in, go in mid-range, kind of, you know, be with the team, try to get some damage in. Really, you know, kind of making the decisions to use charged or uncharged shots, because I don't want to accidentally stun somebody, so pretty good opportunity for the shot rifle to really shine here. And I think it's really a thing with, you know, maps like this. I think maps like this is where the shot rifle really shines for this suit. But, yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say here, because I think I pretty much just said everything. Really just kind of blabbered it out more than anything, but yeah, again, as much as I don't think it's going to be like up there with suits like the Cannon Gan and the RF Goku, I think, you know, if you have it, it's a suit you like the style of, and it's like, you know, it's kind of doing its own thing. I do think the adjustments they made for it are overall pretty good, especially for the level 2. I do want to play the level 1 more to see how the weapons might affect it at that cost. See what the weapon changes might have improved there. I would assume it would be a lot of the same aspects that this suit got with its adjustments, but really something we'll have to wait and see here. But yeah, that's really all I have to say here for the buffed Geara Zulu Angelo. I'm just going to try to, you know, commentate over the last 4 minutes of this match here. Try to see if we can find any more highlights of what I've kind of said with the suit. Some of the things that I think have been really improved about it in terms of its weapons. Right now, though, I'm just as a pilot, and I don't think I'm going to last too long, because I think an enemy pilot is going to come around the corner and get me. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to really do much at the moment. Dodge roll here, and I think soon try to throw the flash. And since I'm kind of in this corner here, yep, there's the pilot that's flying in. I think they're going to go and capture the point. And I'm going to end up spawning back in my base, because enemy does have a bomb planted there. So, going to go back here to see what I can do to help. But I think this is going to be coming up in a moment where I do get a close-in shot on, I think what I believe is the Cannon Gan. So I do see our ally is defusing the bomb. Just going to try to stay here to make sure the pilot isn't anywhere. I think the enemy may have been the Cannon Gan, though, because they do just kind of show up out of the blue when I go to my suit here. Yep, there they are. And trying to find my suit. And luckily was able to hop in before the Cannon Gan could really do anything. And, yeah, almost 4,000 with just an uncharged shot to another support. And gonna try to go in for the, at least try to go in for the, you know, charge shot there with the beam machine gun. Unfortunately it missed, but I did get a follow-up with the beam shot rifle and did get the finisher there. So, pretty nice. And that's, yeah, again, one of the moments of kind of what I mean. There's way more moments throughout the video where I feel like I did much more damage. Again, especially to the new prototype Psycho Gundam. I don't know what the defenses on that suit are, but even when it's not in its frenzy mode, I felt like I was doing some pretty good damage numbers. So I'm not really sure what the defenses on that suit are. I don't think I've checked, or at least really took the time to really look at it, so I don't remember off the top of my head what its defenses were, but yeah, I mean, at least I know this suit here. This suit seems like it's able to really pack a wallop against that suit, and really just, generals of all kinds, so that's, pretty good that it's able to do what a support can do. There's a raid. Looks like I did a good number of damage to a raid as well. Unfortunately, did get downswung by, I believe it may have been the cannon gan that got me. But right now, trying to stay focus on the Denenzon, missed my shot, so I'm going to focus back on what I can here. And did get a tackle on the, I think might be a Louis & Co. de J. Shield's been destroyed, so I'm missing some defenses. There's a Denenzon that was flying in the air. Flying in the air as it was exploding. And just falling back here, because I did hear the support fire. And yeah, 4,000 to what I believe again may have been the cannon gan, so decent damage numbers there. And waiting for the opportunity to see what I can do here. Try to finish off this Psycho Doga. And yeah, 5,000 against the Psycho Doga with an uncharged beam shot rifle. That's more of the damage that I was trying to really show off with the suit here, just what you can do with it there. So we're going to be nearing the end of the match, just trying to see what I can do last minute here. Almost 5,000 uncharged to the Gundam Mark V missile launcher version. And that's going to be the end of the match. Timeout mission over. And let's see how we did here on this second match with the Geara Zulu Angelo. And didn't get anywhere on the board this match. I don't think my results for this round was impressive as the first one. Did get third in damage though, so even though I didn't get as many kills, my damage numbers this match I think were pretty good, since I got third place. And yeah, that's everything I have here for the matches. And again, overall, I think the unit adjustments for this suit are really good. Really just a lot. It's just a quick recap of what I've already said. Unit adjustments are pretty good. I really like what they did with the beam shot rifle and the machine gun too. I think both of those weapons, really they kind of let you just fire a lot more, try to get more damage in between like shots and whatnot. So I think, overall pretty good there. And while I don't think it's going to be competing with the RF Gelgook or the Cannon Gan, I still feel like it is a pretty good support. I've always felt like the Geara Zulu Angelo is a pretty good support though for everything it has to offer. Even though that's like not much, doesn't have that many weapons. Again, still think what it does have is pretty good, and unit adjustments made it even better. So that's all I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Geara Zulu Angelo. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.